Hey everyone, Joe here from the Minecraft Alliance, and welcome back to episode number 11 of Final Fantasy V. Can't believe we're on episode number 11 already. Today, once again, I am joined by a very special guest. I am joined by the wonderful Aetherion. Hello, Aeth.
Hello, hello.
And hopefully we're not going to have as many tech issues this time, because last time me and Aeth recorded together the episodes were laggy, but that was not because of the fact that we were recording together, so hopefully, yeah. Also, I do have to apologise if you hear any background noise. It is boiling in the UK at the moment, and I've got my window open, so if you hear any noise, I apologise, but I ain't shut my window for anything, so suck it up.
Yep, same goes on my end.
But yeah, anyway, in the last episode, we went ahead and we got Queen Shiva, and I think last episode, if you didn't know I like Shiva, you kind of worked that out from last episode. But today, we are back at the town, I forgot what it's called, the Fire Town, for want of a better expression. Karnak, that's it. And we're just going to have a little wander around, try and work out what we're supposed to do next. The fire ship, is that destroyed? No, it's still a thing. Can I speak to you?
It's still a thing, but don't do anything with it yet.
Ah, okay.
I'll say that much.
All of this is my fault, if it weren't for me. Sid, Professor. Oh yeah, we got our Sid in this game.
Yep.
Must be tough for him. Right. Cross the bridge.
Past what was the wall and head south. I'll say that much.
Oh, right. Okay.
And when you come across a desert, stay out of it as much as possible.
I'm gonna just run. I know running is a bad idea, like all the time, because you don't grind, but I do like to, try.
That's the bad thing.
Oh god, run! Oh my god, yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, it's wise to avoid the desert as much as possible.
So, nothing out there. Oh.
You may have saw a gap in the forest right there.
I might need to heal up a bit. I don't know how much
definitely
equipment I have.
I'd say don't bother healing. There's a place very soon where you get free healing.
Oh, like an inn.
No, a healing pot.
Ah, I haven't seen one of them in ages.
Yes.
But yeah, because Abe hasn't actually seen the episodes that I've done yet, I sort of explained to him what happened in the past episode. So I did the
healing pot is upstairs, just by the way.
The flaming hand fight, I think it was the flaming liquid fight, and oh my god, that creeped me the fuck out. That did.
Yeah, go back downstairs. There's a healing pot there now.
Oh, okay. Hey, thank you very much. But yeah, that hand creeped me out.
Yeah, it's also a relatively tough fight for this period in the game.
Yeah, but get this, I did it really well the first time, got through it. I had to save my game, but instead of opening up the save game menu, I opened up the load game menu. So when I went to save, I loaded. But then when I went back into the fight again, I survived with 3 members KO'd, and the final member on 1 HP.
Yeah.
So then when I tried
that fight can get one of two ways.
Yeah.
Either really well, or it just decides to bend you over and give you one.
Well, I got both ways. And then when I was then trying to escape from the castle, running into encounters, I died immediately because I didn't think to heal. And I didn't save after the crystal exploded, so I had to go through all that dialogue again, 5 times. It was torture.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, that was my adventure. And that puzzle with the to get to that room, the fire crystal room, was I like that puzzle. A traveller's journal. I'll give this strange staff I found to that man from Tycoon. I mean, we're from Tycoon, aren't we? Well, I don't know.
You can look at one of those books, and your initial is a fight.
Ooh. I wasn't expecting a random encounter in it, but that feels like because I triggered the book. It's my favourite summon.
Yeah, a lot of things are weak to fire in this area.
Oh, interesting.
Because they're books.
Oh, of course. I didn't think about that. But yes, if I haven't said it enough in the past couple of episodes, Shiva is my favourite summon. And surprisingly, or not surprisingly enough, as an asexual, it might not be for the obvious reasons. But some other people might like her.
Yeah, a lot of people like her purely because of being pretty much nude.
Oh, sorry, just seeing something going on my...
Okay.
Oh, it's just my own video going out.
Yeah.
I saw a ping on my Discord and I was like, what's happening? Like, I always like to keep an eye on my server at least.
Yeah.
And I saw that I had a ping and I just checked and I forgot it was 4 o'clock and my episode that I recorded the other day has just gone out. Well, I said the other day, I recorded it at like 1 AM last night.
Fair enough. It's been hot.
Yeah, it's been so hot. Like, I've been finding myself being way more productive at night. It's funny because back in 2018, when I'd finished my Year 11 GCSEs, I sort of did that. I ended up staying up through most of the night and then going to sleep during the day because it was just that hot because we had a heat wave in 2018.
Yeah,
it ain't that hot.
It was actually hotter than.
It's the crazy thing.
It was hotter than what it is now.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Like now, it's like not even. It's peaking at 30. But
yeah, but the difference between now and then is now we're having like 80 to 90% humidity, whereas in that heat wave it was more of a dry heat.
Oh, okay. I don't entirely know what that means, but I'll just nod and be like, yeah.
A humid heat, the humidity it drains all the liquid out of you, basically. Makes you sweat more.
I see.
Whereas a dry heat is just pure heat.
I get you. Hey, we won. We beat the book.
Yeah.
I only want to burn the books that are possessed, but we don't know which ones of them are. Just talk to them. That seems to be a way to do it. A blue mage's journey finally started learning enemy skills. Arrow, level 5 death.
Yeah, blue mage is very difficult to learn stuff in this game. But when you do finally luck out into it, it's really powerful class.
There was a this isn't what I can ask you. There was a shop in the Fire Town, and I'm probably just going to call it that. I'm never going to remember what it's actually called. But there was a shop there that, you know, you've got the magic shop, and it had like white magic, black magic, and then there was another type of magic that I couldn't get because presumably I hadn't got the appropriate mage.
Those were that would probably either time magic or summon magic.
I have got summoners. Like, obviously I've got Varys up as a summoner. Some books in the basement have been possessed by monsters. So,
yeah, that's your hint of where to go.
To the basement?
Yes. But it's most likely on that left-hand side.
I cannot tell you how, like, I had... When I was trying to escape the castle, I ran into a mimic.
Yeah, there's several mimics there.
But like, it's weird how excited I was about the fact that I knew it was a mimic. I was like, I know this is a mimic. I actually can call it by its proper name now, because Michelle told me that.
That way was the right way, by the way. It's a little puzzle of sorts.
Okay, let's have a look. I mean, this is a Final Fantasy game. Puzzles are common.
Yeah.
In this game.
So basically, you need to get that one over. Notice there's a hole in the bookcase.
Ah. I see. Now that's... How do I go? Where do I go from here?
Maybe check the bookcase.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, that's yeah.
Now
Game is sneaky.
Now what do I do?
Usually when there's a tile difference, there's something there.
Yeah, there's a...
And this is an emulator glitch. Usually you would not be able to see the outer edges around the little spotlight.
Interesting. We got an Eva though as well, that's useful. For MP boosts, even though we have just healed ourselves, so... Oh, level 5.
Yeah.
Thank you game for thank you, game, for actually explaining what level 5 death is, because I never actually knew until the game just said.
Yeah.
I thought that's what I thought it was, but I never explicitly knew that was what it was.
Yep.
Oh, that's the wrong save. Load game. I don't actually know the last time I saved. Oh, it was here. That's not the end of the world. It's not too far to get back.
No. But
do I need to go back
Yeah.
up to the top and do that fight again that I did up there?
you don't have to do that particular fight.
I'll just probably ignore that then. Hopefully
It's basically there as a way to get more XP if you need it.
Oh, okay. In one of them, I can't even remember what level I'm on currently. Let me check. 15.
15.
Yeah, I got up to level 15 to do the fight.
I'd recommend trying to get a level before.
I mean, given that he casts level 5 death, being on level 15 is probably not a good idea.
No.
Yeah.
And there are other things that blue magic spells that like multiples of 4, multiples of 3.
I mean, multiples of 4 aren't going to be... So basically, I need 17, basically, then. Because 16 is going to be a multiple of 4. I'm not far off on all of them. I mean, I probably didn't get much XP from the liquid flame as much as I would.
I remember what bosses don't give any XP.
Do they not?
No. If I remember right, they give job experience at a boatload.
That's just...
But XP is not something they give, if I remember right.
I need to give Galoof something more, because I feel like when we don't need him for like healing, he kind of just is a bit useless.
That's the problem with white mages in general.
But I feel like I mean, maybe it's just like he's lower level, but you know, like Yuna in 10, for example, wasn't like that. I feel like Yuna had stuff.
Yuna has her summons.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, it's the two rolled into one, isn't it?
But here's the thing: once you're done learning everything for the white mage, you can go job a different class. Say, for example, summoner.
Oh yeah.
And go give them the white magic. That way they do both.
That is true. That is very true.
Well, I love the job system in this game.
Yeah, this is... For those of you that didn't see the previous episodes, which to be honest I wouldn't blame you if you skip past them because they were really laggy, but this is Abe's favourite game. A favourite Final Fantasy game, at least. And that's... I'm assuming that's one of the reasons why it's your favourite. Be a bit weird for like, I really like the job system in this game, but that's not one of the reasons why it's my favourite.
It's not the be-all end-all reason. The story is also really, really good. And it sets up most of the things that happen in later games.
I'm really enjoying the story so far. Like, there was a point last night where I was like, do I want to keep playing or do I want to stop? And I'm like, it's 4 AM in the morning, I should probably go to bed.
Yeah. And that's the feeling I get every time I play it. Yeah, I don't really get that with other Final Fantasy games. Which is weird.
It's interesting that like you've played the game before, and obviously you know the story. I assume you played it a few times, but you are still engrossed in the story like that. That's kind of interesting to me. But I can definitely see why you like the story. It's a really interesting story. And now that things are starting to pick up a little bit, I like the fact that there's this introduction of this concept of a villain now, because until recently there wasn't really much of a villain besides the crystals for shattering, and we need to stop that. So the fact that now someone's presumably possessing that guy to, you know, to make him do the thing. I think the word possession was used at some point, or something similar was used.
Yeah, there's been possession shown.
But it's interesting. It's like, you know, it's like starting to build on stuff. But I like the fact that you present a PvE, like,
oh, there goes Skeleton.
Oh, yep, but I can pop inside in a minute and just reheat everyone up.
Yeah.
I like the fact that the game presents to start with like a bit more of a PvE type experience, and then you realise that you have got your actual antagonist. Not to say the environment can't be an antagonist, but you know.
Yeah, that's more for your Dark Souls and Bloodborne and the like.
Yeah. Which is another game series I've never played. I was sitting there thinking last night, I've not played so many game series.
Yeah, you don't have to play all of them. It's mainly just play what you want to play.
Yeah, I do want to dip
That's
in.
fine.
I do want to dip into at least trying one of them. Like I was saying last night in Sarudi's stream, that I really want to at least try a Zelda game. I really want to play.
Yeah.
And I also really want to play Odyssey when I get a Switch, because Odyssey looks really cool. I've seen so many people play it, and it seems like a really good jumping on point from the Mario series. Because that's another thing I've just never touched is Mario.
Really?
Really? Yep. No, never touched Mario. Never touched Zelda, Spyro. So many. Like, there's a full list on my Twitch channel if people want to see it, of like games that I'm constantly adding to it as well. Of like games that I've never touched but I want to try. And I'm really enjoying going through the Final Fantasies. Like, obviously so far, I was joking about with Michelle, like, because she finished 8 on 8. It was last night. Last night was Sunday, wasn't it?
She finished 8.
Yeah, Michelle finished 8 last night, and I was joking about it. I was like, because it took her just under 4 months, because she started it on the 19th of March.
Yeah, about the same time as the Final Fantasy 9 race.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, she started on the 19th of March and she finished it on the 18th of July. So I was like, it's under 4 months. Like, and given that she didn't stream at every stream, and she does 3 streams a week, I was like, I'm kind of proud of you for that. And she's like, says you, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not that fast. And I'm like, but then again, I did finish Dragon Quest 11, Final Fantasy 9, 10, 7, and now I'm partway through 5 and World of Final Fantasy since January, and it's middle of July. So we had a little laugh about that.
Most of the stories apart from like Dragon Quest 11, can be done in about 30 to 40 hours.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because I've talked about this before, but I did like I was looking at an article, and I think we looked at this article last time we played, of like comparisons of like how long the games are supposed to take to beat. Like, Final Fantasy games ranked by the attempt to complete, and it's funny because every game but 7 I've done in more time. Like, I think 9's supposed to take like 40 hours, and it took me about 70. 7 is supposed to take, I think it was 35 and a half hours, and I did it in like 35, which I was like,
that's about right.
But then 10, you're supposed to be able to do 10, I think it was in like 50 or so. I can't remember the exact numbers. I have got the spreadsheet somewhere still on the video. But I took 134 hours to do 10. Mainly because I grinded like a lot, because I just didn't want to have to I kept dying a lot. So I really wanted to just be over-leveled. Which I don't think I ever actually got to that point, because, you know...
It's very hard to get to that point. Because to get over-leveled in 10, you need the right equipment, which is the main way to get over-leveled.
Yep.
The Spear Grid does some of the work, but the equipment does the majority of it.
That'd be true. Right. I haven't even been paying attention. I don't think we've leveled up, but, you know,
You haven't yet.
I was going to say, I haven't even been paying attention to it. If we had, I wouldn't have known.
Easy way to tell is go into the status menu and see how far people are from leveling.
Yeah, I was just thinking about doing that. Stats. Miney has.
1,200. Oh yeah, Miney has.
Also has Lena.
Then it has...
I thought you said I hadn't leveled up, Ave.
I didn't see it. It must have gone through fast.
Yeah, I mean, I did click through the final, like, after battle stuff quite quickly. I was like, oh, yeah, we've leveled up.
I didn't see it come up. I just saw you won the victory and then it just went.
Yeah, I do kind of go click through all the stuff at the end. Just because it's kind of, you know, repetitive. Well, not repetitive, but like, it's not really that much. But I don't need to know about it too much.
Yeah.
Also, can you tell I like Shiva a lot because I'm just using her repeatedly in fights.
It'll come in handy in one fight coming up. I'll say that much.
I feel like she would have been she would have been helping the flaming liquid fight, but
there's one form of that liquid fire fight that absorbs ice.
Oh.
Yeah, if I remember right, that's the tornado form.
I mean, that would make sense. But like that, the way I found out that Shiva was a thing was I was looking at a walkthrough, and it sort of details like it has things like sections, and I saw her name and I was like, oh, thinking it was part of the story. You know, we were gonna go get her as part of the story. However, this walkthrough I was looking at,
no, she's completely optional.
yeah, which is a really good walkthrough, all things considered. It's written so informally. It's like it's such like a like it's almost like a traveler's guide, not a traveler's guide, but you know what I mean, like someone's like log of their adventures. Like,
yeah,
it's the way it's written. It's so informal, which is nice in a way, because it's not as like, you know, when you read like the Jagged and the IGN ones, they can sometimes be a bit hard to understand, especially as a newer Final Fantasy fan. But
yeah, a lot of the summons are optional in this game.
I mean, there's
including ones that are staples in the others.
I mean, there's quite a few that are optional in 10, aren't there? Like, you got Core 5, but then there's obviously...
Yeah, there's those 2 that, if I remember right, that are optional. Yojimbo.
I mean, he's...
And the Mega Sisters. Oh, and Anima.
Yeah, I was going to say, can you get Anima? But, like, the pay-to-win guy, Brajimbo, I think that's what it's called, He, when you said he was optional, I'm like, for some people, maybe. That's how I beat Ted. I paid to win.
Yeah. It's how Neon did the no sphere grid 1 of 10 to get through the jet fight.
I love the fact that like when we were trying to get him like friendly with us, he did like 2 like auto kill attacks for free. Like I didn't even have to pay him.
Yeah,
that was
you
nice.
can do that. You could literally just go, okay, I turn up, do the thing.
Yeah, like I think we were laughing because like one of them attacked him, and he was just like, it's almost like he was like, nope, you know, like batting away a fly type thing. But now just slice you in half. And I love his attack because so many of the enemy models like just look so weird when they're sliced in half.
Yeah.
Like some of them are built for it, obviously. Like some of the later ones, they built them. You know, you can tell they designed them so they could work like that. But some of the earlier ones, where you wouldn't expect to take him and fight with them, you know what I mean? You just it looks so weird when you do it. Also, another thing I will say about this game has amazing music. I mean, all Final Fantasy games do. I don't think there's a single one that I've not liked the music in. It's
like 16 or 32-bit music, but it's really good for the era.
There is one theme in Final Fantasy that I don't hate, but it kind of like bugs me a bit, and it's specific, or not bugs me. It's purely because of something that happens while that music is playing, and that's Yuna's theme from 10.
Yeah.
Because of, I think you know what I mean. Because they use it to try and evoke emotion, but then I just remember that scene with the Tidus laugh, and it just takes me out the moment. Like,
that laugh is synonymous. It's, believe it or not, it's actually worse in the Japanese versions of the game. It's more cringy.
I mean, did you know that when I originally started playing 10, I got it stuck in Japanese somehow?
Yep.
Like, we couldn't work out how to get it out.
You have to go into the game startup folder to turn it out of Japanese.
I can't remember how we did it in the end, but we got it out of Japanese. I don't remember going into any fancy folders, so I think, like I said, I can't remember what I did.
It's as you boot it up, it changes the folder from Japanese to thing.
It's weird because I didn't have that problem with 10 too, so maybe it's just a thing you have to do for the launcher.
Yeah, it's because 10 and 10.2 from Steam are in the same...
Yeah, they come from the same launcher.
Yeah.
Speaking of Steam and Final Fantasy games. Obviously,
Mm.
they're now working on, towards the end of this month, they're releasing, probably around the time this video comes out actually, they're starting to release the Pixel, I forget what they're called, is it Pixel Masters?
Pixel Remasters.
Yeah. And I can't remember which ones are coming out first, but I think the later games are coming out first, I can't remember.
I think they're all in one package.
I know there is a bundle, but then I know they're not all coming out at the same time. I think either the later games or the earlier games are coming out first. Like I said, I just can't remember which way around it is. And then the other ones are coming out soon.
Probably be the
but
earlier games because they have less data in them.
Yeah, you would assume so. But is that something you would be interested in looking at?
I don't know, I'm still a little bit dubious of them because they are based on the mobile ports, and a lot of mobile ports that have been put onto other consoles or PC have been notoriously bad.
Interesting, what I read was that the mobile ports, the original ones, and the current Steam versions of the games, I think are going to be being removed to be replaced with these new remaster versions.
Yeah.
Which in a way I suppose is a good thing.
Yeah. It has its merits. But can't help me from being a little bit dubious of it actually being good.
Yeah. I mean, it's like, I suppose it's like how people were thinking about 7 Remake. I mean, I know it's not the same as 7 Remake. But you know, I think it's just kind of similar to how people were thinking about that.
Yeah.
Alright, here's an interesting question for you. Whenever, and this is we're probably talking like years down the line at this point, whenever 7 Remake is completely finished and have completely milked it dry, do you think they'll do another remake of a game?
I'd say if it's going to be any of them, it would either be 8 or 9.
8 or 9, like that sort of era of the start of 3D animation, that sort of era of...
Yeah, because the early ones I feel are fine. They don't really need it.
I mean, they've been getting the love with the HD, not the HD remaster, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've got their obviously 10 got a visual upgrade late a few years back.
There's 2 reasons why I think either of these can be gone through the whole remake route. Is because there's a whole, for 9 in particular, there's the whole mystery between like the Tree and where the hell Necron comes from, because he's just comes out of the blue.
He is. I think there is reasoning. Like I'm sure one of them, like Michelle, has said it at some point. Like, if you ever need, like, generally, and this is me talking to you and also to like the people watching.
I've got several hours in 9.
Michelle is like the authoritative person on 9. She knows so much stuff about 9 that I'm just like, how? But then like I look at how much stuff I know about Harry Potter and I'm like, it's kind of the same thing. You know what I mean?
It's the thing. The reason why I say there's no talk of like Necron before he even shows up, and that's even in like any of the books you can end up reading in many of the places you can go. There's no NPC talks about it, not even on Terra. It's just like, what the hell?
It definitely does feel a bit disjointed. Like, I'd almost be happy if the Trans Kuja fight was maybe another form of Kuja in there, like, and then that'd be the final fight. Like, there's nothing wrong with Necron, the fight itself, so to speak. It's just like you said, the fact it just seems to just come out of nowhere, and that kind of, you know. And also, I feel like it feels very disconnected from the rest of the story. And that could be for me because I didn't beat Necron, at least legit, until like months after I beat the rest of the game.
Yeah.
But, you know. Also, I think like Trans Kuja is one of my favourite bosses. He looks really cool.
One of the best themes too.
Yeah, his theme is great. Kuja just has a great... The music... I say this about every Final Fantasy game, but they all have great music. All the ones I've played so far, being 9, 10, and 7, they all have fantastic music.
6, I find its music is a little bit on the depressing side.
6?
Mm.
Well, 6 is the next game I'm going to stream after I finish World of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, I find its music can be a little bit on the depressing side.
We need to go and re-heal, I think. Because we are running out of MP for a lot of stuff. And also we're dying as well, which ain't a good thing.
Have you got elemental staff on your Black Mage?
I don't know. I'll have to check.
You can go into items and press up. If you double press the item, so like the first one's down there. If you go back down in the items, because you can change items mid-fight.
Can you? Oh,
yes.
I died. Hey, they're gaining levels. Nice. Right, anyway, equip.
Yeah, they got Miracle Knife. I'd recommend like the Frost Pod, so you can press up in the item menu, then use it as a battle item, which does not break the rod. At least it shouldn't do. It might be a glitch in the emulator that causes it to break, but it shouldn't break. Then cast, in that case, Blizzarda, which is tier 3 magic.
Interesting. Let me just change that now and put that on. Wait, can I...
You can't dual wield, there's only one class that can dual wield, and I believe you have access to that job. And that's the ninja.
Right, anyway, I want to status... How close... You only didn't level up because you died. That's the only reason why he didn't level up, I think.
Yep.
Right. Time to go and heal again. This episode's mainly going to be grinding. I mean, we're pretty much out of time, so I'll probably get everyone up to 17. And then we'll call it the episode, but we'll carry on recording because I'm enjoying myself.
Yeah.
Right, come on, one more fight. One more fight. Fire it.
Did you know that your Black Mage can target multiple enemies, but you need to go and target all the way to the other side of the screen, and then once more for it to target everything, but it'll do a percentage of the damage to all targets.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know that. So I do... Ah! Oh, I can't really do it now, but yeah, I did see you do it. Yeah. Interesting. I say, interestingly, Paris has been silenced.
Yes.
I don't know if I've got anything to cure that.
You might not, but that healing pot would do it.
Oh, does it remove all negative status effects as well?
Yep. It fully heals HP, MP, cures status, and KO.
Why did that get him a level up? No, it didn't. Great. Right. Come on. How far are you off of a level up?
It'd be about 90.
110.
Wasn't too far off.
Yeah, it wasn't too far. Come on. Just give me a nice fight. Oh, I haven't told you this story, have I? I was playing HP 3 the other day, and I was trying to like grind in that and get some beans so I could buy all the stuff I needed to buy. And the best way to grind in HP 3 is to duel. So I was running, so I was in the dueling club, and the way you do the dueling club is you speak to the guy, and then you start fighting, and then you beat them, and they drop beans and stuff. So I was doing that. I did a duel, and then I was trying to trigger another one. But instead of going to speak to the guy, my RPG riddled brain was just running around the platform where you do the duel, trying to trigger a random encounter.
God damn it.
It took me too long, it took me ages to realise. I was like, this is not an RPG. That is not how it works in this game. Also, we got summoner level 2, nice.
That was...
You still not leveled up, Galif? Really?
Faris got a job level.
Did she? Oh yeah, I saw
Yeah.
Faris got one, yeah, because she got level 2, I saw that. Stay away from the summoner!
Yeah, I typically, with... what do you call it? I usually have a white mage, black mage, and either a thief or a monk, as well as a warrior.
I mean, she
Up
has.
until the point
Go on.
that the reason being is I keep them as those classes until they've maxed out in that job, and then they go into a different magical based job.
Yeah, I get you. I mean, she's got. I think she had a level 5 thief, so I've got like mug on her. I chose mug over steel because mug does damage as well as stealing.
Yes. And did you know how? Do you know how the rate of stealing goes in this game? Because it's very weird.
I don't know.
Okay, it's what job your class you're currently in determines how the base steal rate is, then your agility and luck, as well as equipment weight, all factor in.
Oh, okay.
But if you're what also factors in is how leveled up your thief job is. If it's mastered, it's at its highest thing, but you don't get the full value if you're not in the thief job.
I see.
It's a little bit complicated.
It sounds it. It does sound it, to be honest.
Yeah. Because, let's put it this way, if you wanted to steal the, say like one of the class's best weapons at the end game, it'll be like a 1 in 263, give or take, at a level 1 thief, even with the agility you'd have at that game.
Yeah, you could have finally got his level. So let's go back to our magic part.
But if you had your thief up all the way maxed out and had like focused equipment to do agility and luck, then you could possibly get that down to about 1 in 100 and odd. So it really pays to like certain stats like factor in their weight more than others in this game. It's really, really complex for such an early game.
There is definitely like a lot of strategy to this game. I feel like some of the newer games don't feel like they have as much. Well, I don't know whether that's right to say. I don't feel like they have as much strategy. More just that the strategy. Oh no! Come on, open up. I forgotten how I triggered to move this bookcase.
Look at the shadow.
There we go. Right, so I'm going to save the game here and I'm going to call this episode here. We are now at level 17, so hopefully we won't run into any issues with level 5 or level 4.
You're at prime level.
Is that a good thing then, being on a prime level?
Prime levels are good because the only things that go into them are one and themselves.
I mean, that makes sense. That makes quite a lot of obvious sense, actually. But yeah, anyway, thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thank you again, as always, to Ace for joining me. Lovely, lovely man. I'll link his Twitch in the description. He says he wants to stream at some point, so go drop him a follow.
It's just having the time to do so.
Yeah, Ace is a busy man, folks, as we all are. We're getting back to our normal busy lives, which is a shame because it means we don't have time for the things that we started to. We discovered and now really enjoy during the pandemic. Well, I mean, not saying the pandemic's over by any stretch, but you know. But yeah, check out Ace, link in the description down below. You can also check out my VOD channel where I upload videos and highlights of my streams. My tutorial channel where I occasionally upload tutorials about Twitch and YouTube. You can also check out my Twitch, link down below where the videos from my VOD channel will come from. That's twitch.tv/your Minecart Alliance. All of this is in the description as always. Also, over on the Twitch, you can request access to the Discord. You have to just have a good rapport with Twitch mods, and then you can request it from either Twitch mods or myself. But anyway, guys, I think I've talked about everything. Yeah, we'll be back in another episode very soon. I'll be back with some more. So yeah, thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye.
Bye bye.